Hello, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. So today we're going to be diving into Pluto stationing direct, and this is going to happen on October 13th, 2025. Now, the shift will move from internal, where you've been working on it for the past 5 months, into more of an external action for you. This is going to be a time when all the buried truths that you've been working on and these quiet awakenings, they now come to the surface. In this all 12 signs astrology forecast, I am excited to share these insights with you in order to help you reconnect with your own inner wisdom and move more in alignment with the universe. I also have exciting news to share with you about my 2026 year ahead astrology forecast. Each one is going to be a 1-hour video and a detailed PDF that's going to explain the key transits, these eclipses, and all the shifts that are going to be happening next year in order to help you navigate your year ahead with confidence. You can grab your sign or you can grab the all sign bundle, and you can look for this at willowgracemystic.com or in the link below. So let's dive in. So for my Aries friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto stationing direct in an area of your life that revolves around themes of your community, your networks, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. This is the house of collaboration. The 11th house has you becoming deeply alive with who you are connected with. Now, these opportunities can now come to you through groups or friendships or social circles or visionary social causes. You can experience these powerful shifts either of releasing and letting go of friends or networks, or these collective affiliations that have drifted into outdated, I would say, control dynamics, or it has you stepping into these new roles that can now have you matching the energy of the emerging authenticity of these people. The 11th house is who do we want to connect with either through work, through shared community, as in like your social circles, your friends, your networks, or it has to do with people that you share causes with. It's the deliberate connections. It can also be your online connections. So think about your online groups or affiliations. Now, Pluto's influence here, it's really going to push you to truly clarify, what do you really want from these communities? What do you want from these networks? It's not about shallow connections, but it's those that can truly challenge you to expand and support your personal evolution. Because you are an Aries, you already carry this energy of strong initiatory energy. Aries has the impulse of passion and drive and to go after. This transit is really going to amplify your capacity to influence these groups, these networks, for you to take these leadership opportunities into these causes, or to initiate big social change within these community-oriented projects. Now, the Sun, I want to bring in all of this because all of these planets, if I connect it all together, you're going to notice that there's this big, beautiful kite, and I want to share in some of the extra planets as I go through these themes. So the sun is going to help you bring this clarity around your hopes that align with your group growth, your networks. Mercury wants to help you to communicate. It wants to help you reorganize the mental map of who belongs and who does not, who is in, who supports you, who you are aligned with. Venus brings these unexpected alliances that just feel karmic. Venus is in your 7th house of partnerships, anchoring everything in here, saying this is the direction, this is where everything starts from. And so we also have Mars playing a role in this. Mars, your ruling planet, it's giving you the courage to act on these new social visions. Your 11th house is truly unfolding, means that there's this innovation, there's altruism, and these friendships that become the scaffolding, the steps that you are taking for your next transformation. From October onward, make this a time to truly audit your social circles. Which friendships have demanded that you shrink, or that you have to fit in with them, or hide parts of yourself? Which ones have inspired risk, that have helped you to dream bigger? Journal, to converse with others. There can be these sometimes painful revelations of losing resonance that can come. Let go without shame or blame. Look to seek out groups that vibrate with your same ideals, but also test the authenticity of it. Is this friendship, is it mutually growing, or is it just one-sided? Use your voice. Speak up in community. Share your hopes. Don't wait for permission, and look to align your actions with what you believe collectively. That means activism, volunteering, supporting causes that matter to you. Invest in visionary work, even if it feels small. Trust that Pluto's motion here, it becomes visible externally. The inner transformation that you have been experiencing since last May, they're now going to find a form through your communities. A mantra for you can be, I align with my true community. I step into my power among those who also rise. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready to dive in deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Taurus friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto at the highest part of your chart, the 10th house. This always emphasizes themes that revolve around career, reputation, responsibilities, your public standing. So what has been brewing during the retrograde now is going to become much more visible for you. There can be changes in your job, your vocation, your professional identity, your own ambition. There may be shifts in how you are seen in public or out in the world, or what legacy that you wish to leave behind. You might feel that there's this inner necessity to kind of pivot or shift towards work, like finding work that's more meaningful, more aligned with your ethics, not just status or material gained. I want to add in the themes from the rest of the planets that are happening, because this is part of the larger kite. That the anchor right now is, I'm going to bring in Venus as part of the anchor. So we have Pluto connected still in the mini grand with Saturn and Neptune, connected to Uranus, and it's wanting to bring everything into alignment. So let's start with the sun. The sun is in your 6th house, and so the sun is shining a light on your purpose. The 6th house is reminding you of what your public role is, and asking you, does it feel sacred to you? It wants you to make sure that you're balancing home and career, and making sure that you feel worthy or appreciated for the work that you do. Mercury is in your partnership sector. Mercury wants to help you to strategize these transitions, to negotiate, to communicate what is your value. Know your value, know your worth. Venus is bringing in the recognition theme. Venus is supporting your charm within your own professional settings. Remember, Venus likes to bring people, places, and things in for collaboration. Venus likes to connect. Mars is bringing in themes of courage in order for you to take these bold steps, perhaps leaving a job or launching a project, or redefining what is your public or professional image of what you are presenting outward. Your 10th house, it's unfolding within authority figures, reputation, duties that are going to be eliminated and possibly reworked for you. Over the next 20 years, it's reworking what is your position outside for everybody else, you as an authority figure or authority figures over you. So beginning on October 13th, look to commit to truly defining what does success really mean to you, not what others are expecting of you. This is totally a you thing, you tuning into you. You might face decisions of, do you stay in a stable but misaligned path? Or do you take a risk that is more authentic? This is an opportunity for you to truly map out what are your professional goals with integrity. It's making a plan and having short, middle, and long-term goals in order to finalize that. Audit what parts of your public persona are genuine versus striving for the external approval of others. Don't fear visibility at this time. This is your time to show up in ways that you are preparing, that you are working on from behind the scenes. Now is your time to stand in your divinity, to show up with authority. Build your reputation through consistent and concise action, not just aspiration. Surround yourself with mentors or guides or peers who see and can mirror your potential. And don't neglect self-care, because transformation in work, it can bring about a lot of stress. It's being aligned with mind, body, spirit, and soul. So use rest and restorative routines in order to help you to sustain this forward momentum. A mantra for you can be, I claim my highest work with integrity. I let my reputation reflect my truth. So for my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready to dive deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Gemini friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you now have Pluto in a harmonious aspect with Uranus in your first house, and it is in a mini grand trine with Saturn and Neptune, and it's anchoring everything into a kite that comes down into your fourth and fifth area of your chart. So let me put this all together, and then let's talk about Pluto. So Pluto is the planet of transformation, and for you it's focusing on expansion of your mind, philosophy, belief systems, worldview, travel, higher learning, religion, philosophy. It brings in, how can I connect with other people, places, and things. So what has been simmering internally around these themes, these meanings of ethics and spiritual truth, perhaps foreign or cultural influences. This could be legal matters. This could be about publishing, learning, studying, traveling, all of these themes. It is now ready to be expressed externally. Now, these changes that you make are within understanding in what you believe, because they're no longer going to be private. They can influence your communication, your teaching, your journeys. It's taking all of this inward journey and saying the student can now become the teacher. I now understand more, know better, do better. It's coming out and sharing those things. Now, I want to share about how each planet is going to support this. And you have the sun. The sun is in Libra. And this is illuminating to you what you find meaningful. Mercury, especially your own, because Mercury is your chart ruler, rules over your home and your identity. It sharpens your mind. It helps you to reform what are your belief systems. A lot of your beliefs were formed from when you were growing up, teachers, friends, parents, relatives, that created who you were. And this is part of the transformation of you growing and expanding into who you are now. This can be a total rework on your entire belief system. Venus is also part of the picture because Venus, she can bring in these relationships, these experiences that really broaden your horizons. There can be mentors or lovers that can come from different backgrounds or religions or philosophies or beliefs. Mars wants to be helping you to explore, to travel, to help you to speak your truth. Mars wants you to publish or to share what you have learned with others. It wants you to take the initiative to say, this is what I've learned, now get it out there. And so in your 9th house, this becomes the paradigm shift. New philosophies, perhaps radical perspectives, they now become the seeds that are planted in order for you to have this long-term growth. After October 13th, lean into study or pilgrimage or travel, literal or symbolic. Books, courses, this can be foreign cultures, anything that can stretch who you are, your mind. Question long-held beliefs, like which serve you and which limit you. Engage in dialogue with people who just think differently than you. Be open-minded about it. Don't settle for the easy answers. Let uncertainty push you towards identifying the deeper truths. If you're speaking or you're writing or you're publishing, if these things feel scary, do it anyway. Teach, share your insights. You're likely to attract students or collaborators who resonate with you. Let your higher ideals shape your small decisions. Ethics, justice, fairness. Be aware of intellectual arrogance or dismissiveness, because true transformation and expansion, it includes humility. So Gemini, for a mantra, it can be, I journey towards truth with an open mind and an open heart, all to expand my world. So for my Gemini friends, thank you so much for being here. To dive in deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Cancer friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto stationing direct in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, birth, death, and rebirth. This is the house where we are connected with others on an intimate level. It's about power and control. It's part of the mini grand trine that is still holding its shape. It's still holding its form. And so I want to bring into the story of what is going on with this and add all these themes together for you. So the themes from October 13th onward are going to be around situations around power, around trust, around vulnerability and control. All of these topics are now going to come to light. Money, shared inheritances, debt, deep emotional bonds, all of these topics can now shift, perhaps dramatically. What has hidden beneath the surface is now going to become more visible for you. You have been working internally on a lot of things. And so this is now saying it's time to peel back the bandage, and now it's time to heal from these things, to bring it out into the open. The sun in your 4th house is going to help you to stand in your own vulnerability. This is what is grounding you. What the 4th house is the base of your chart of which you build upon. Mercury in your 5th house, it's giving you clarity within communication around intimacy, topics that have to do with children, or your own inner child. It helps you to disclose or negotiate what has been unspoken or what you've been holding back. Venus, the anchor, is opening and it's deepening these relationship bonds. It's exposing where loveless or superficiality has been hiding. Mars in your fifth house with Mercury there is giving you the courage to confront and to truly press through your fears, to claim this psychological freedom. The eighth house is the house of healing and regeneration. It's releasing old trauma that you can move it to the front and center, see it, call it what it is, give it a name, and therefore heal from it. From October onward, you are going to be diving into shadow work, therapy, deep inner work. It's you looking inward, exploring what has scared you or what has been held back or pushed down or repressed. If there were financial arrangements or agreements or shared resources that were unresolved, this is going to be the opportunity for you to address them with integrity. Now, is this going to happen all in one day? No, this is a 20-year transit. This is a slow and steady progress towards an evolution in this area. Don't avoid the conversations about power within the relationships, who holds it and who it's used with or against, and whether these boundaries need a recalibration. Be willing to be deeply known, but also discerning about with whom you truly share the depths of yourself with. Let go of these attachments to old emotional patterns. Be discerning. Let go of these old stories of fear, of the transformation, and allow for the healing to take place. It's going to feel intense, but that's the growth that comes from it, because what is going to emerge is more empowered trust and intimacy and connection with others. Practice rituals to help you with the release. Journaling, breath work, symbolic letting go. My Cancer friends, a mantra for you can be, I embrace my depth. I trust and lean into transformation, and I reclaim my power. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Leo friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto now stationing direct in your partnership sector. It's still part of a kite, a larger picture that has been going on for months now, and it's holding its pattern. The tail or the base of the kite is going to be anchored in by Venus. Let me connect it all here for you. And it's telling of a larger story. So let's look at it from Pluto's perspective. Pluto is now moving forward in the seventh house of all types of partnerships, personal, professional, collaborative. This could be marriage, this could be agreements. This is the house of relationships, it's contracts, it's negotiations, and it brings into this sharp relief. The partnerships that you entered were formed under old paradigms. And so from October 13th on, these patterns that are within your intimate connections, your committed one-on-one relationships, best friends, significant others, they're now going to come under a microscope. You're going to see where there's been an imbalance, or there has been suppression, or an unacknowledged power dynamics within the partnership between you and others. And remember, this can be best friends, this can be clients, this is in all partnerships that is between you and others. You have the sun in Libra, and it's truly spotlighting for you the true desire to have a partnership, to make sure that everything is fair and it's equitable. Libra is the sign of the scales and balance in the house of communication. Mercury is in your home sector. Mercury wants to aid you in the way that you clarify and communicate what are your needs, what are your desires, making sure that you are speaking. Mercury opens up your throat chakra, making this more accessible in the sign of Scorpio for you. It's about going deep and uncovering the hidden truths. Venus at the tail end. Venus brings bright, deep transformation within connections and in unions of others, to remove relationships that just no longer reflect who you are. You have Mars at the base of your chart, your fourth house of home. Mars is giving you the drive to truly assert or giving you the energy to initiate the change in partnership contracts and your expectations. Your house of partnership with Pluto, it's the house that's unfolding in the way that it's being transformed in relationships, and it's mirroring and it's showing you that these people are the mirrors, the profound teachers of teaching you how to align what your boundaries are, what you give, what you take, what you receive, and the power dynamics. Now, from this time forward, there's going to be this forward momentum in order to create, to build, to take what you have learned and share it outward. Evaluate the terms of all of your relationships, of all of your negotiations. Ask yourself, are you being seen? Are you being heard? Are you being valued? Is this partnership reciprocal? Where have you compromised too much? Speak your truth with compassion but firmness. If there's a partnership that feels like stifling to you, there may be a decision that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to commit to agreements that honor both parties. You making sure that this is reciprocal, that there is reciprocity here. Don't settle for superficial harmony. This is you moving forward with knowing your value, knowing your worth. This requires integrity. Cultivate the capacity to be in a partnership where growth is mutual, that you support the other and the other also supports you. Be open to letting go of relationships that serve nostalgia rather than your growth. Agreements and alliances that are formed now, they have this long-staying power. So as you move forward, choose wisely who you are in these relationships with. My Leo friends, a mantra can be, I partner from authenticity. I honor myself, and I expect the same. So for my Leo friends, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready to dive deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Virgo friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you now have Pluto stationing direct in your health sector. That's mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological health, your daily routines, your work habits. This is in working in harmony with Uranus and the Neptune, Saturn, and the anchor of it, because it's part of a kite, is with Venus. So let me draw this in for you so you can see it completely. It's part of a bigger story that has been going on, and all the planets were moving forward, then they retrograded, and now one by one, they're all going to start moving forward again. And so having Pluto transform your daily health sector, what has felt burdensome or misaligned within your daily life, it now can move forward. You might experience these radical shifts in how you work or how you serve others, your local environment of how you show up. This is the house of alternative healthcare and healing practices and modalities. This is your health routines, the vitamins, the supplements, the way that you take care of and nurture yourself, like seeking out a healthcare practitioner. Now, I want to bring in the other planets to tell a more holistic story about this. You have the sun in Libra here also. The sun is really bringing in the energy to help you to clarify what topics, what themes in your daily life, what you really need. You have Mercury, your chart ruler, that rules over not only who you are, but your career, your job, your reputation, where Uranus is. It's helping you to reorganize, to plan, to optimize. You have Venus at the tail end in your second house of your self-worth. It's supporting you finding beauty and the joy in the everyday mundane things within your immediate work environment or in your health rituals of just your daily tasks. Mars in your third house in the sign of Scorpio, it's really pushing you to say, I got to get rid of this bad habit. It's time. I need to take the action. Whatever has felt stagnant or unhealthy, it's now time for me to get rid of it once and for all. And knowing that your sixth house, where Pluto is, it's inviting you to integrate, how can I first nurture myself and then integrate, how can I be of service to others? Not just by getting things done, but by doing them with soul and with purpose. After October 13th, this is a time for you to truly audit your days. Look at what routines have kept you out of obligation rather than alignment. Like truly, what do you do on a daily basis? Look at your calendar. Look at your commitments. Look at what habits drain you rather than nourish you. Prioritize the small changes because they can accumulate. Look at sleep, nutrition, movement, rest. These things need to take a priority. Examine your work. Is it meaningful? Are you serving in ways that feel aligned with your values? You might need to let go of or adjust some things within your work that just feels like a compulsion rather than an actual calling. Remember your boundaries because your self-worth, it's not determined by productivity. Look to seek help or collaboration when you are feeling inundated or overwhelmed and feeling like things are just too heavy. Use rituals or timers or regular check-ins with what does being aligned mean for you. Bring gratitude into your daily service. Acknowledge all of your contributions of how you take care of yourself and what you bring to others. So for my Virgo friends, a mantra can be, I craft daily harmony. I heal through service and I align with my well-being. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready to dive deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Libra friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto now stationing direct in your fifth house. This is the house of creativity, self-expression, of romance, children, play. Now it's part of a larger kite, and it starts with Venus in your first house of identity. Let me pull all this together for you. And so I want to share how Pluto is part of the larger picture, and now you're ready to transform, grow, and evolve and move forward. So Pluto wants us to take the integration of us going inward, working on our own inner child, and now from October onward, it's you looking at what you love, how you express yourself, where you allow yourself to play, to tap into your own inner child. All of this becomes the transformative terrain for you to move forward and grow from. You might be willing to now take more risks of being seen or to take creative risks with art or poetry, music, or to engage in romantic intensity. This is you tapping into, what do I need? What do I want to feel and express myself with? I want to bring in the rest of the planets. You have the sun in your sign of Libra, and the sun is shining a light on what brings you joy, saying there has to be a healthy balance between who I am and what I'm doing and the people, places, and things that I'm connected with. Finding my own personal joy, not just doing something for somebody else. Mercury is in your second house of your self-worth. Mercury is helping you to find your voice in creative expression or in play. Venus is the anchor in your first house of identity. Venus is asking you to deepen, or it might also complicate these romantic connections, because Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. And Pluto is saying something has to give here. We have to transform this. Mars in your second house is saying, I have to initiate. It's giving you this daring energy to experiment, to love boldly, to take on these creative projects that maybe just feel too vulnerable or too heavy, or you're too scared to just try. Your fifth house, where Pluto is truly inviting you to tap into originality, your own authenticity, letting fun be revolutionary for you. This is either through children, with children, or your own inner child. It's tapping into pleasing that child, going back to when you were a little child and saying, I need life to be fun again. So from this date forward, lean into what makes your heart sing, what makes you light up, even if it feels like unconventional or you feel exposed. Don't censor your creativity for fear of judgment. If you have held back in romance, allow vulnerability. Pursue love with honesty. Start or revive hobbies, something that's within art or these passion projects. Let play teach you about your desires, about what makes you feel alive. There could be a romantic relationship that could be a catalyst. Don't run from what agitates or awakens you. It's to tap into those stirrings that are within you. Balance fun and responsibility. Avoid using pleasure to distract from these deeper shadows. Use creative expression as a form of healing balm. So Libra, a mantra can be, I am creating from courage. I love boldly and I express my truth. So for my Libra friends, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready to dive deeper, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Scorpio friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto in your fourth house of home. It's literally the anchor. It's your roots, it's your family, your traditions, your foundations. And so it's part of a larger picture. It's anchoring in with a kite. Let me circle all of them. And the base of the kite is going to be Venus. And so we have Pluto now stationing direct. And this is the mini grand trine. And this is part of the kite. So it's now bringing together the complete story of what you're ready to move forward with. After October 13th, you might undergo changes within your home, your living situation, your family dynamics. This could be ancestral healing, or what does home mean for you. This is a look at your traditions. Remember that the fourth house is what you build or you scaffold upon in order to feel safe, secure. It's your foundation. And so your own interior world is now changing in such ways that your external surroundings will then follow. This is a 20-year cycle with Pluto being here. The last 5 months had you retrograding, going back and saying, what do I truly need? And now all of the planets are supporting this growth. So you have the sun in your 12th house, also in Libra, and the sun is illuminating your roots, your emotional foundation. It's asking you to take a look at what are your fears? How can I release and let go of those things? Mercury is in your first house of self. It's helping you to speak your truth about your past, about your fears, perhaps renegotiating family boundaries, taking a look at the dynamics. Venus being the anchor in your 12th house, it could bring reconciliations. Remember, Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together. She likes to unite, but it's bringing beauty also within your domestic space, within your home. It wants to please, but not at the cost of your own self. Your home sector, your 4th house is unfolding, and it's inviting you to take some time to re-anchor into authenticity. So this is a time for you to look inward. What past hurts or family patterns or dynamics have you been unconsciously carrying? Allow your emotions to surface. If needed, create a safe sanctuary or a container to explore them. That could be therapy, counseling, family conversations, spiritual practices. Consider your physical home and look to it. Does it reflect who you're becoming? It might be time to change your environment, to declutter, to redesign, to relocate. Trust that what is changing now within your foundation does not erode, but it's truly empowering you. Look to focus on your genealogies, your ancestral lineage. This is you going back and not just looking at yourself, but like parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, and saying, what am I carrying from these past generations? Release these inherited fears. Ensure that your personal living space, it supports your sense of interior peace and your own identity, that you are not allowing that to invade this safe sanctuary. For you, Scorpio, a mantra can be, I build from within, and my foundation is authentic, secure, and it's my own. So for my Scorpio friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Sagittarius friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you now have Pluto stationing direct in your house of communication. The 3rd house is neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's who you interact with and share your thoughts and ideas, and also gather information from on a daily basis within your own intimate sphere. And so it's part of a larger story, mini grand trine, and it's also part of a kite. And so the anchor of the kite is Venus. So let me draw all these together. And so Pluto has been retrograde, having you go inward, reformatting the way that you talk, you communicate, and that's also about self-talk. It's having you look at your local community, your own mental patterns. So from October 13th onward, this now is you tuning into expecting your ideas, your communication style, your closeness with those that are nearest to you to undergo the transformation of growth. What you say, how you think, what your stories that you tell yourself, this is now going to be the primary territory. When Pluto was stationed retrograde, it had you going within and saying, who is aligned with me? How do I say it? What do I hear? What do they hear me say? And now it's you coming out, knowing better, doing better. I want to bring in the rest of the planets and how they're part of this bigger picture. You have the sun also in the sign of Libra. This brings to light your voice. Libra wants harmony. Libra wants balance, but it also is not at the cost of your voice. It's finding that sacred spot where it's a win-win situation. Mercury in your 12th house, it sharpens your mind. It sharpens your words. It's possibly about rewriting your story. The 12th house is the house of the hidden. Venus is also the anchor, and it's in the sign of Libra in your 11th house of your dreams, your goals, the people that you connect and collaborate with. Venus gives you this charm. It gives you this smooth relationship that you can connect and collaborate with siblings or within a new community. Mars in your 12th house in the sign of Scorpio, being sharp, intense, it gives you the courage to speak these hard truths, to shift your thought patterns, or to learn these new skills. Your Pluto in your 3rd house, it's unfolding this deep opportunity for looking at honesty, upgrading the way that you communicate, not just with others, but with yourself. It's that record, that self-talk that goes on within your head, possibly letting go of beliefs that just no longer serve you now. Knowing that after October 13th, look to pay attention to what you've been telling yourself your whole life. Your identity, possibilities, limitations. Reframe what no longer empowers you. If there are miscommunications or tensions or unspoken resentments that are closer to home or within your own immediate network, the people that you communicate with or collaborate with on a daily basis, bring these topics to the light with empathy. Learn new ways to express yourself by writing or speaking or teaching. And this is also the house of digital platforms. So think email, phone, text, or the way that we connect with like groups or networks. Travel, short trips, all of these things can help you shift your perspective. Look to attend to how do you gather information, like news, media, what are you reading, books, the people that you're talking to. Filter out what breeds fear or is static and cultivate voices and ideas that uplift you. Be curious and ask questions. This transit is about changing and shifting the way that you bring in, disseminate, and share your voice. So for my Sagittarius friends, a mantra for you can be, I speak my truth with clarity. My mind is free and my words are aligned. So for my Scorpio friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Capricorn friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have Pluto now stationing direct in your 2nd house of your finances, your values, your self-worth, that's about people, places, and things that you need to be secure, to feel secure. It's your material resources, your talents, your skill sets. Now, Pluto moving direct is part of a larger mini grand trine and part of a kite. The anchor of the kite is actually Venus that is in your career sector. So the mini grand trine, it was formed and then it all stationed retrograde together, and now slowly one by one it will all start to move direct together. So Pluto in your 2nd house of values, this is what you own, what you value, what you believe, what you deserve. All of these topics are in question and now subject to transform. From October onward, the transformation in this area, it can bring these profound shifts within your income, in how you define security, how you cultivate your worth beyond what is material success. For you, I want to talk about how all the other planets are telling the larger story. You have the sun in Libra at the top of your chart. The 10th house is your career. It's people seeing you. The Libra wants balance. It wants harmony. It's illuminating all of your values. You seeking out win-win situations. You have Mercury in Scorpio in your 11th house. Mercury helps you to rethink, to say the appropriate things. You're rewording your responses, your resources on your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and the revenues of the way that you make money, your personal resources. You have Venus being the anchor. Venus is influencing what and whom you value. It's the tail. It's asking you to focus here and finding balance and harmony in the give and take situations. Mars in Scorpio in your 11th house, it's giving you this passion, this drive, this energy. It is like a sword that just cuts to the chase, to claim your worth, to negotiate clearly for compensation, to make these financial changes. Your second house with Pluto, it's unfolding, and it means that you are reworking your relationship with money, your possessions, and your own inner sense of value, people, places, and things. So beginning on October 13th and moving forward, this is a time for you to truly audit all of your finances. Whether you look at whether you are overextending here or undervaluing yourself. This is a good time for you to adjust your budgets, your investments, your spending habits, all to align with your long-term security rather than short-term satisfaction. Ask for what you're worth within work. Know your value, know your worth. If possible, look to create multiple income streams. Also, examine your beliefs around your self-worth. Do you conflate your worth with productivity or your possessions? Engage in practices that can truly build your self-worth, your gratitude, self-affirmation, valuing your own talents. This is you looking at yourself and saying, no, I did a really good job with that. Pat yourself on the back for that. Let go of shame and blame or fear around money. Invest not only materially, but in skills or education that can help you to raise your value. Be aware of power dynamics within financial relationships. Make sure that you maintain fair boundaries between you and others. So for my Capricorn friends, a mantra for you can be, I claim my worth. I am abundant in my values and in my resources. So for Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Aquarius friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is intense because it is now moving direct in your first house of identity. This is your sign, your self-image, how you show up in the world, your business card, your website, how you present yourself, your name, your visibility. Now it's part of a larger picture, mini grand trine, and it's also part of a kite. And so with this, the anchor is going to be Venus. Let me bring all of this together. And this is asking for the focal point to be the transformation that will occur next year. And so let's take a deep dive into this. Pluto is the planet of transformation. It goes into a sign. It's going to be in who you are for the next 20 years. This has to do everything with you, your identity, how you show up. So beginning, it's asking you to shift in the way that you are seen and the person that you believe yourself to be. From October 13th forward, there can be these external changes that reflect your own internal metamorphosis. Who you thought you were, it can fall away, and a more authentic you is now emerging. Now, the opportunities of this transit, they come from the sun in Libra. The sun in Libra wants harmony, it wants balance, and it's shining a spotlight on your own authentic core. It clarifies the parts of your ego, your identity that were borrowed or conditioned, and now it says, this is who I am. I have learned, I am now ready to explore and transform and be real and authentic. Now, Mercury is at the top of your chart. It's in your 10th house of career and job and reputation. Mercury is the way that we communicate. It's our thoughts and our ideas. Mercury is helping you to express your emerging self, the way that you communicate change, perhaps how you craft your public image or your voice. Remember that the first house can be like your business card or your website. What is it that you are transforming, that you are sharing with others about who you are? Now, I want to bring in Venus. Venus is the anchor. Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together. She likes to unite. Now, Venus brings attraction of people that could be situations that are like cross-cultural, or think like classes or workshops, people that you meet that through work or through these integration of your connections to cross-cultural experiences. It's you expanding of your mind. And so how are you going to do this? This is giving you a mirror, and it's asking you to look at yourself on a deeper level, and it's reflecting back to you what has changed and what you will still change, grow, and evolve into. Now, Mars at the top of your chart in Scorpio, Mars is intense. It wants to cut, it wants to sever. Mars is giving you this courage to say, it's time for me to shed this identity. It no longer fits who I am. This is you growing up, changing, and evolving to step into a role that just feels more real for you. Your house of identity is unfolding, and it's asking you to have a reinvention, a rebirth, stepping powerfully into your own unique presence. As Pluto turns direct, this is an opportunity for you to give yourself permission to truly redefine who you are, to get rid of the mask, to allow yourself to shed these old images and let them just dissolve. Be patient with identity crisis over the next several months. They are signs of the growth you're experiencing. There can be these opportunities for you to like tune in and to observe how others react. Their responses are here to help you see what parts of you are emerging in the public's view. Practice authenticity in your appearance, in your speech, within your own boundaries. Look to cultivate a support network that can reflect the true, real you, not the one that's expected to show up either at work or at home or in your everyday life. This is you standing in your divinity. Engage in practices like journaling or creative self-expression or therapy or art that allows you to let these layers fall away. If there is a change of a role or a look or self-talk or a version of yourself, lean into it. Align with who you truly are. Let this transit truly produce a version of you that feels deeply real, that feels deeply rooted. Remember that this is not a one-day transit. This is a 20-year transit. This is not going to happen overnight. This is a slow and steady process of not take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. This is a slow, methodical, 1 step forward at a time. Notice the changes as they evolve because it's for your best and highest growth. A mantra for you, Aquarius, can be, I rise to who I truly am, and my authenticity, it's lighting my way. So for Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. If you're ready for more, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Pisces friends, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you now have Pluto stationing direct in your 12th house. This is a very intense, deep phase of spiritual, unconscious transformation. What is seen as you doing a lot of shadow work or inner work. Now, Pluto's not working alone. It is part of a mini grand trine, and it's also part of a kite with Venus being the anchor. So you have Pluto working with Saturn and Neptune, and it's working with Uranus, and it's being anchored in by Venus. Now, the mini grand trine started its forward momentum, and then they all retrograded together, and now one by one, they're all slowly going to start moving forward with the evolving growth transformation of what 2026 is going to end up being. And so for you, what's been hidden, what's been unseen, the mystic, your connection to these inner realms, dreams, intuition, psychic ability. This is the house of isolation. It's the house of tuning out the outside world in order to tune into the inside world. It's the house of shadow. It's the house of astral travel, astral projection, past life regressions. It's the house of secrets, and it's also the house of hidden. And so you can look at it as things that take you away, and this could be hospitalizations, but it can also be yoga and meditation. And so what's been hidden or unseen or mystic, all of these now become more active. It's about taking what you've learned, what you've felt, what you've tuned into, and now from October 13th on, these themes around release, let go, surrender, deep rest, the shadow, the spiritual awakening, it now intensifies within you. Now I want to bring in the rest of the planets to tell more of a full story. You have the sun in Libra. Libra wants harmony. Libra wants balance. And the sun is gently illuminating what is unconscious. It's saying, let's find this harmonious balance and let's work through healing, birth, death, rebirth, and to transform. Now, Mercury. Mercury is in your 9th house in the sign of Scorpio. Mercury is thoughts, ideas. It's also the way that we communicate. Mercury brings the messages through dreams, intuitive knowing, through just the finding of a coin, the finding of a feather. It's those divine messages that when you tune out, you can tune into. You have Venus being the anchor. Venus likes to unite. It likes to bring together. And Venus is fostering compassion and connection with a spiritual love, possibly relationships or values that just feel transcendent, like this connection was meant to be, meant to happen. Mars is also in Scorpio, and Mars is sharp and it wants to sever and cut and move forward quickly. Mars gives you courage in order to face your fears because the 12th house is now unfolding and it's inviting the healing of your own hidden wounds that other people don't see. It's what you carry silently. It's letting go of the burdens. It's making space for a renewal. Use this period after Pluto stations direct in order to cultivate solitude, meditation, inner listening. Pay attention to your dreams or these intuitive nudges, the synchronicities that the universe, like the little breadcrumbs that the universe gives us to follow. Let go of past burdens that you have held on to, even if you have felt scared about it. This is the house of karma and cleaning it up and clearing it up. Forgive where possible, especially forgiving of self. Release where necessary, because when you hold that in your heart, you are allowing them to take up space within your head and heart for free rent. Engage in spiritual practices that help you to feel connected to something that is larger. Boundaries are going to be essential during this time. Protect your energy, especially with overgiving, because the unconscious can now communicate through art or music or dance. Spiritual mentors or healing modalities to support you with shadow work or past life work can be like truly helpful. This is like finding a class or a workshop or a mentor or wanting clarity on understanding what is now happening to you, this spiritual enlightenment, knowing that you're not alone. And so my Pisces friends, mantra can be, I surrender into wholeness. I heal unseen threads and I shine through them. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below.